The following is a video assignment for the Bio 6200 course, a part of the MSc program in Biodiversity Conservation and Sustainable Development in the Caribbean.
The objective of this video is to describe the Waltham pastel landscape while identifying human and natural landscape elements and showing the interactions between each other.
Landscape ecology is particularly concerned with linkages between landscape structure, function, and change. Not only does it look at landscapes as simply biophysical units, but it also considers people and their increasing role in modifying landscapes. For instance, landscapes such as forests are often viewed totally as natural sites. However, even though they are made up of natural features such as vegetation and fauna, to a large extent, humans are strongly connected to them. With accelerating human dominance of Earth's system, landscapes have been increasingly fragmented. Therefore, when studying landscapes, it is important to consider both landscape and ecological patterns and processes, especially for managing and designing landscapes for conservation. This area was once a large plantation during colonial times, providing evidence of past human intervention and integration in the natural landscape. Ever since the independence of Grenada in 1974, it had remained a plantation up until 1980, just after Grenada's revolution. Later, parts of the landscape were modified to accommodate a school. Over time, a park, the subject of this discussion, was constructed. Ultimately, its construction transformed a small pocket of plantation land into a desirable park setting. The construction of the pasture involved the clearing of a large number of trees and the movement of large quantity of dirt and rock. To create this pasture-looking effect, no native plant species was introduced, changing the composition and dynamics of patterns and processes in the area. Pastures often require high maintenance and frequent replanting. Typically, the pattern of growth of grass affects lawn mowing processes, while at the same time, lawn mowing processes modify the patterns of biomass growth. Apart from lawn mowing, animals such as goats and sheep that are usually tied by persons in the area can also create their own pattern of composition, and in some cases, animals may overgraze, causing exposed soil surfaces. Oftentimes, animals may also excrete feces on the surface, which might be very important for nutrient cycling. Another important aspect of the human environment of the Waltham pasture is that of drains. Drains created in pastures can usually promote quick flow of water above and just below the surface. In addition, large amounts of sediments and nutrients that comes from slopes can be transported to the river nearby. While drains can cause some organisms to lose their habitat, in some cases, new habitat may be created for others. Buildings are another important aspect of the human environment. The development of soils under buildings usually tends to vary from surrounding area. In most cases, it tends to be compacted or paved, and this usually promotes increased surface runoff that moves down the slope into the pastures, then straight into the nearby river. Buildings can also trap some rainwater, which eventually may evaporate back into the atmosphere, an important process in the hydrological cycle. In addition, according to the materials that they are made up of, they can reflect a large amount of incoming radiation and at the same time absorb some. Roads are important because they facilitate access to the field. They usually increase the runoff and temperature of water and also encourage the sediment transport into rivers. In most cases, they act as barriers to the movement and dispersal of certain organisms. And importantly, they can cause traffic mortality, particularly to small creatures. Structures such as goalposts and cricket nets are also important. Goalposts, for instance, can act as a refuge for certain small organisms. On the other hand, in the case of nets, clients usually creep or climb on those nets.